Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Wallace. I want to say just in advance that sorry for not posting the first impression videos about the best shows of the last season. I had too much work with the university and I didn't feel like doing videos. And with that said, let's see what animes does the next season of summer 2021 brings us. I'm gonna skip ahead the ongoing series like Boku no Hero Academia and Fumetsu no Anatae. I'm watching those. I'm starting to watch those, and they are pretty much worth keeping watching. Even though Boku no Hero Academia started pretty stale for the first season. I mean, it was just yikes. It was boring as hell. I mean, some people like those type of tournament series that are presented in this show, but for me, it's just not hitting the right spots. Other than that, the continuations, the Shinra Tensei Slime Dattaken and Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Otome Game, the last episode of Wonder Egg, and the Higurashi continuation are all shows that I'm going to keep watching. I'm going to love them pretty much. I know that these shows have a pretty well established animation bases. The studios are well deserved of praises for keeping up the quality of their work. I mean, there's really not much to say about these shows. Now, with all these familiar shows out of the way, let's see what new shows does this new season brings us. And first of all, I want to say that I'm still using live chat with the popularity order. And in first place, we have Genjitsu Shugi Yusha no Okuga Saikeki. I'm not gonna try to repeat that name. Oh hero, when Kazuya Soma is unexpectedly transported to another world, he knows the people expect a hero, but Soma's ideal of heroism is more practical than most. He wants to rebuild the flagging economy of the new land he's found himself in. Betrothed to the princess and abruptly planted on the throne, this realist hero must gather talented people to help him get the country back on its feet, not through war or adventure, but with administrative reform. This is good stuff. Basically, an economist, a salary worker, most of the time, gets transported to another world and he has to do his old job, but I don't really see. It has a harem and romance and action tag with it, with military. This show has everything. I mean, this is good. I mean, I'm all down for isekais. So it's made by JC Staff. They also made Shokugeki no Soma. Interesting name choice with the same names for the main characters. They also made Toradora and the Konosuba movie. So I'm pretty much sold on this one. Yeah, I'm going to watch this for sure. Next, we have Seirei Gensoki, Spirit Chronicles. This is weird. Anyway, meet Ryo, a callous orphan boy living in the slums. At only 7 years old, he realizes he is practically the reincarnation of Haruto Amakawa, a Japanese university student with tragic past. Okay, 2 out of 2 with isekais. While still reeling from this shocking epiphany, Ryo also comes to learn that he possesses extremely potent magical abilities and uses his new powers to solve the kidnapping case of a little girl. His good deed is acknowledged and he is rewarded by being enrolled into a prestigious academy for noble children? Alright. And it's also an isekai, so yeah, of course, why not? It's not a harem this time around. It's a drama fantasy with historical arts and romance. Okay, this can be good. I mean, if it's not too edgy, it might be even entertaining. And it's TMS Entertainment, like they killed it with Fruits Basket, so I mean they can tell a good story. I hope this will be nice. Next up we have rom-com. Fuck yeah, I'm watching this. Kanajama Kanaja. It's already good. Rom-coms are already good for me. So what's this about? The protagonist Naoya is a first year in high school. He asks out Saki, a girl he has been in love with, and she agrees to be his girlfriend. Well, that was easy. He's currently on cloud nine, but then a beautiful girl named Nagisa comes up to Naoya, and one day tells him that she wants to go out with him. Naoya feels himself wavering because Nagisa is such a good girl, and he comes to a decision. A new kind of rom-com from a rather unexpected decision is about to begin. This is the anime where a guy has multiple girlfriends who are fine with it. Yeah, yeah, I know this one. Yeah, I'm watching this. This is gonna be good. This is so bad. It must be good. Oh, and the detective is already dead. Tantei wa mou shinderu. Oh yes, this one I heard a lot about. When the story begins without its hero, Kimihiko Kimizuka has always been a magnet for trouble and intrigue. For as long as he can remember, he's been stumbling across murder scenes or receiving mysterious attache cases to transport. When he met Siesta? Okay. When he met Siesta, a brilliant detective fighting a secret war against an organization of pseudo-humans, he couldn't resist the call to become her assistant and join her on an epic journey across the world, until a year ago, that is. Now he is returned to a life that is normal and tepid by comparison, knowing the adventure must be over. After all, the detective is already dead. Hmm. Hmm. And this is supposed to be a mystery romance drama with comedy. What the? These have all the great tags that people like. Anyway, I'm pretty much hoping that it will be good. I heard this mentioned a lot of times, so it must be good. I'm watching this. Also, it's made by Studio NG. I haven't seen much shows of them. They made Uzaki-chan and the Full Dive RPG from last season. Well, that was bad, and people didn't like Uzaki, but that was just because of the source material. It's not their fault. But this seems good. This seems their good work so far. So yeah, I have high hopes for this one. Next up, we have a comedy fantasy with lollies. Jesus Christ, these are half humans also. Weird. Oh, this is a name. This is novel adaptation, right? Yep, light novel adaptation. Who would have thought? Chitku Sushi no Slow Life Isekai ni Tsukuro Drugstore. Okay. This is a isekai, isn't it? Reiji Kirito was a corporate wage slave, of course, yes, this is an isekai. On a typical day of walking to work, with a hollow look on his face, he suddenly found himself in the forest of another world. Oh, this must be one of those isekai reincarnations people keep talking about. The two skills he has are appraise and drug discovery. Those don't sound too impressive, well, whatever. Except these turn out to be particularly overpowered skills. He's able to produce the healing medicines that were sorely lacking in the world, one after another, leading to an overnight fortune. No one will ever force him to work like a slave again. He decides to adopt deliberately slow life and opens a drugstore, and so a story about following the new life philosophy while running a drugstore in another world begins. This is okay. So this is very similar to this season's show of I've killed a thousand slimes and got to max level. This seems very similar, except without the overpowered magic stuff, more on the side of just being lazy and just living a good life. I mean, if it won't be too slow and it will have good comedy, because it says comedy, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna have to start this one because this is very high on the popularity list, but I don't have high hopes for this one. So let's just see. Let's just see. Next up, we have a comedy. That's it. This is a comedy. Okay. Bokutachi no remake. Okay, this sounds good. Hashiba Kyoya is a 28-year-old gamer developer. With his company going bankrupt and him losing his job, he returns to his hometown. Looking at the success of creators of his age, he finds himself regretting his life decisions as he lay distressed on bed. Looking at the success of creators of his age, he finds himself regretting his life decisions as he lay distressed on his bed. But when he opens his eyes, he finds that he has traveled 10 years back into time. 10 years back to the time before he entered college. Will he finally make things right? This is a story about a failed person who is given a second opportunity to follow his dreams. This is some sort of an isekai. I mean, time travel is not supposedly considered an isekai, but basically anywhere, anytime when a person with higher knowledge about the world enters another one, for in my eyes, it's an isekai. So just to keep track of things, I've talked about 6 shows, and with this one, 4 of them were isekais. That's what anime is. I mean, it's isekai. Other than that, this is a comedy, so yeah, supposedly with everyday life comedy, it's supposed to be good. I hope it will be about witty conversations between the people and just nagging each other. But the next one, we have Make You Black Company. This is an adventure fantasy comedy. So yeah, we are pretty much high on the fun train, aren't we? So this is Ginji, who lacks any kind of work ethics, is a layabout in his modern life. One day he finds himself transported to another world, but this isn't fucking isekai again. What the hell? But not in a grand fantasy of a hero welcomed with open arms. He is immediately shoved into a terrible job, now enslaved by an evil mining company in a fantasy world. Kinji is about to really learn the meaning of hard work. Okay, so this is supposed to be a comedy with of life teachings or whatever. Eh, I have zero clue what this is about, but it's an isekai. I'm watching this. It's weird where how every kind of isekai is being adapted. We have people with bad past, with good past, with achieving bad scenarios and reincarnating in good scenarios. We have all the color of isekai here. Now I'm just missing a death game. But let's go back to our list with Silverlink. Like Silverlink is making this one, and they are making also another series called Yahisama wa Kojikenai. This is weird. When a studio makes two series at the same time, they are sometimes we can sometimes expect bad decisions made on the production side, but as I can see, the second anime or Yahisama is supposed to be a two-core series. So it's already a good sign, I always say. It's already a good sign if a series manages to secure a two-core right off the bat. So let's see what this is about. The Great Yahi, the Dark Realm's second in command, cuts a frightening figure, feared and revered by all. But when a run-in with a magical girl results in the destruction of a precious mana crystal, the Dark Realm falls, transporting the newly puny and powerless Yahi to the human world. Unfortunately, plotting the revival of the Dark Realm from a crumbling one-room apartment is no easy feat when you have rent to pay and a job to keep up. This is a reverse isekai, but still an isekai. Jesus Christ. Okay, it's a comedy shonen slice of life. Now that's interesting. Anyway, I'm watching this. This sounds really good. Next, we have the studio Asred's new show. They made Arifureta, amongst others, like Miraniki and Corpse Party. This is going to be interesting. So their new show is supposed to be an ecchi harem rom-com. Sorry, I'm watching this. I don't even need the synopsis for this one, but let's just read it. Nagami Koshi is a 12-year-old boy who was abandoned by his father. Okay, this is why he has a harem. And after their house caught on fire, leaving him to roam the streets penniless. Then one day, a girl named Minerva, who finds him lying on the sidewalk, takes him to a women's college dormitory. That's, of course, you do that. One known for housing troublesome residents and asks him for their dormitory mother, surrounded by other women forced to deal with their idiosyncrasies, Kushi starts his new, somewhat ecchi life. I mean, yeah, that's what we expect. Amazing. A prequel that makes no sense, but achieves the main character a harem situation. Yeah, this is going to be the trash of the season. I can already see this. But let's see, what do we have next? Beach Boy Riverside from Asahi Productions. Now, they haven't made pretty groundbreaking animes so far. As I see, they made a lot of animes, but none of those really stand out. Like Himegoto, God Makes the Animals anime, and Wave. But let's see what this is about. This is an action adventure with demons. By the synopsis, it says Soltharin Alderac, Jesus, these names, Princess of the Kingdom of Alderac, dreams of traveling the world, a dangerous dream and a land where monsters roam the countryside as they please, and humans live behind high, strong walls. This sounds like Attack on Titan. Sure, that's fine. This is a good setting. But when a chance meeting with the traveler, Mikoto, gives hope to her dream, he shatters it soon after as he reveals himself to be none other than Momotaro, ruthless demon slayer. Though horrified by the gore Momotaro leaves behind, Soltharin is convinced more than ever that she needs to learn about the world beyond her walls, and journeys out, following the steps of the mysterious, charismatic, terrifying boss she met that day. Sure, that sounds good. I hope this will have good action. I mean, it's all about the good action choreography in these ones. So let's see, what do we have next? Okay, this is a joint production with Vega Entertainment and Synergy SP. I have zero idea what they do. Hachinante. So from the makers of Hachinante, and there are a lot of no-name shows. So these are two no-names banding together. That's a yikes. We have Battle Game in 5 seconds. Fuck yeah, this is that game that I wanted to have. Okay, this is an action supernatural. Yeah, this is that game. Akira Shiroyanagi, a high school student who loves games and konpeito, Japanese sweets, okay, has suddenly been dragged into a battlefield by a mysterious girl who calls herself Mian. The participants are told they are erased from the family register, involved in an experiment, and gained certain powers. Akira is determined to win the game with his newfound powers and destroy the organization. Armed with a power no one expects and his brain skills, the new period of intelligence battle begins. So this is supposed to be okay. This looks good. This looks nice enough. Yeah, just after watching the preview, this is good enough animation, I believe. Okay, next up we have Vanitas no Carta. This is a tale of vampires on the brink of extinction. 19th century France, where humans and vampires coexist. Now that's a rare occasion. The young vampire Noe is traveling to Paris in search of the Book of Vanitas, a book said to be capable of unleashing a curse upon all vampires. On an airship towards Paris, he finds himself embroiled in a strange accident. Amidst the chaos, Vanitas, a human doctor who claims to be a vampire expert, appears before Noe. In Vanitas' hands the very book that Noe has been searching for, the Book of Vanitas. Following this encounter, the curtain is set to rise on this vampiric tale of curses and salvation. So this is a two-core series. Again, we already made sure that two-core series are somewhat sure to give good entertainment, and this is made by Studio Bones. They finished Boku no Hero Academia pretty much, so they need something new. I'm all good. Let's go. Give me those good animations. Just before moving on to the last few shows, I want to say that thank you for watching these videos I make. I want to keep this one as short as possible also. I don't know how will I manage to do that. And just for ahead, I just want to say that I'm going to try making, again, 3-episode rule videos. And maybe if I have the time, I'm going to be making those same videos from animes of the last season. I don't know if I'm gonna really do that, but I'm most certainly going to at least make those videos for this season. So just expect those videos 3 weeks from now. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's see the next anime. A sci-fi anime that is an original from Madhouse, Sonny Boy. Hell yeah. I believe the first episode is already out on some channels. Well, let's see what this is about. The science fiction ensemble drama centers around 36 boys and girls. On August 16th, midway through a seemingly endless summer vacation, middle school third-year student Nagara, the mysterious transfer student Nozomi, and classmates such as Mizuho and Asakaze are suddenly transported from their tranquil daily lives to a school adrift in an alternate dimension. They must survive with the superpowers they have awakened within them. So this is somewhat an isekai, but it's basically Lord of the Flies. It gives off that vibe at least. It sounds amazing, yes. And this is made by Madhouse, so yeah, this is going to be good. I'm going to watch this for sure. I mean, from the creators of One Punch Man, you bet this is going to be good. And this is an original. This is all the good signs you need. Next up, this is a show that I made sure that I'm going to watch. Shiroi Suna no Aquatope, because this is a PA Works, and they make only original animes, and they always make the best and just a little bit heartfelt stories. And this is a former idol goes to Okinawa and fights a new life, helping a struggling aquarium from shutting down. This is basically a girl who wants to be an idol and a an ex-idol teaming up with each other. Like, this is a good slice of life anime. This is just right off the bat. You have to watch this. I don't care what anybody says about PA Works, that their stories are reused and they are all the same. I mean, dude, Makoto Shinkai reuses his stories the most. Like, I don't care what anybody says. They all make good stories. Nonetheless, Kimi no Na was great, but it was like the third anime with the same story. Only this one got caught up. Like, these stories are good. I don't care how many times I'm going to watch this and know what's going to happen. This is going to be great. And here comes the Kaizoku Ojo, which is, in my opinion, the dark horse of the next season. This is a Production IG original of a girl who has been left alone, a descendant of pirates, and later on gets readopted by pirates in order to discover the truth behind her family. Like, this show just screams originality, new stuff, and a good take on movie-like anime adaptations. This is not an adaptation, of course. Yeah, I know this is an original, I just said it. But this feels like a movie. There are too many good things about this one. Just to say that it's a regular series that has aired. This has something special behind it. I really hope you will all watch this. These are all the shows that I'm going to be watching. Just before I end the video, I'm gonna say that I'm skipping Shinigami Botchan, which is supposedly another very famous manga, but the animation for it is mainly CGI, so yeah, I'm not going to go and start this one. Let me know if it's good and I should watch it. Then I'm going to start and I'm going to consider making a video out of it, because it's supposed to be a good comedy anime. But other than that, we are pretty much set for the next season. These are all very nice contenders to be the animes that are going to eat up our time. I hope you will watch most of these, and we have many animes to talk about in later coming months. Have fun with these, guys. I'm going to be making the videos. I'm going to make 3-episode rules. But other than that, I hope you all well. This is a very good summer we're looking forward to. Just wishing you all the best. Take care.